At some point in every person's life journey, there comes a night when the walls close in. It may be the night they walk out of the hospital after the cancer diagnosis, the night their partner leaves, the night the bills pile higher than their courage, the night their bank account draws negative after months of joblessness, or the night silence feels louder than any prayer. In that moment, they do not need sweet talks, glitter slogans, or the shallow comfort of just be positive. No, what they need is something deeper, quieter, and a pillar more resilient. That something, that pillar, that bulwark, is hope. Not the hype kind of hope. Not the denial kind of hope. And surely not the wishful thinking kind of hope. What they need is real, living hope, the kind that keeps their soul breathing even when their lungs are drowned in despair. This kind of hope is both an anchor and the discipline of the soul. And in the next few minutes, you will learn first what it really contains. Second, what it is not. Third, the key mindset shift that's needed for this superior kind of hope to come through for you. And fourth, why this kind of hope is a vital companion in every spiritual journey. So, what really is hope? Here is the simple truth about hope. Hope is a disciplined relationship with possibility, with emphasis on the phrase disciplined relationship and the word possibility. It is the daily decision to keep a door unlocked in your heart, and the daily decision to keep your nervous system available to healing, and your mind available to better options, even when supporting evidence is thin. Hope is not wishful thinking, it is willing thinking. It is not a naive attribute, but one that possesses trained perception. It is not denial of pain, but rather a refusal to let pain be the only narrator. Hope is a disciplined romance, and intimacy with what is possible, and it comes from a respect for what is seemingly impossible. It is the active skill of detecting openings and points of breakthrough where others see only walls. A skill that does not guarantee outcomes but guarantees newer options by detecting and expanding the reach of those options. Hope is the spiritually mature stance of saying, even if I cannot control the ending right now, I can influence the direction, and in so doing make my desired ending one of the highly probable ones. Far from being just an emotion, it is a technique, just like faith. But while faith sees the finish line, responsible and disciplined hope steers the vehicle inch by inch toward that line. That's why faith and hope are partners in progress. Let us now look at what hope is not. To see hope clearly, we must peel away the following 6 counterfeits. Hope is not hype. Hype is loud and short, while hope is quiet and durable. Hype promises instant manifestation and highs, and usually ends in crashing lows, while hope sustains aligned action and patient timing across a lifetime. Hope is not self-shaming or deprecating. If you treat hope like an obligation, like I should be hopeful or else I am a failure, it becomes just another weapon in the war against yourself, meaning that you flog yourself anytime you find yourself not feeling hopeful. Real hope cannot be bullied into existence because it grows in patience and gentleness. Hope is not a bargain, like if I stay positive, life must reward me. No, that is currency or cash and carry thinking. Rather, it is an ongoing devotion that says, because I am alive, I will keep participating in my healing, regardless of how the scoreboard looks today. Hope, in its truest sense, is not passivity. Only counterfeit hope, the kind that is wishful thinking, is passive. Real hope partners with action by constantly asking and probing, what can I influence right now to shift this situation one more inch towards my end goal? And it does this by marrying prayer with planning and meditation with movement. Hope and optimism are not the same thing. Optimism expects the best and may not lift a finger after that, but the vigilance of hope equips you for whatever comes and keeps you alert to act once new options beckon. While optimism is like the weather, real hope is like the climate. One changes with the day, the other sustains you through seasons, dry, wet, sunny, and rainy. Hope is not playing the ostrich and does not live in a bubble disconnected from truth. No. Hope is honest, sees clearly, and actually fuels courageous action. It lets you tell the truth about systems, boundaries, and harm without being suffocated by despair, and does so in the assurance that in man's dance with the divine, nothing is set in stone, logic isn't everything, and there is always a crack through which the unmerited rescue of God can come into any situation. This exposure of the counterfeits of hope naturally also exposes the misunderstandings we commonly carry around this concept. Now that the fog is gone and we see things a lot clearer, how do we make hope our daily ally? To make hope a tool, not just a slogan, here are 5 practical ways to move it from an abstract concept into living and usable daily practice. First, marry hope to honesty. Every hopeful statement should be paired with something true. For example, "This hurts" should be paired with "I can learn here," or "I'm scared" should be paired with "and I will call my therapist." Truth plus action is the key here, and it is oxygen for hope. Second, marry hope to embodiment. Hope is not just a thought loop to keep playing over in your mind like a broken record. Instead, use breath, grounding, and gentle movement to make it sink into your entire being and be felt. A nervous system that feels safe can receive guidance out of a difficulty way more deeply and easily than a restless and scattered one. Thirdly, marry hope to community. Hope is a contagious energy, and people who embody hope inspire others. Curate music, conversations, groups, and environments that keep your inner door of hope unlocked in healthy ways, as even one friend who truly inspires and believes in you is worth more than 1,000 empty affirmations. Fourthly, marry hope to meaning, and do this by asking better questions about the situation you are hoping to change. This probing reveals the actual work or actions that will move you 1 or 2 inches further to change your situation in practical ways. Asking questions like, "What is this season asking me to practice? What can I give that I wish I had?" Or, "Where does my pain want me to set a boundary or offer a gift?" will help you to pull in either skills or actual resources that will help nudge that hopeless situation in the direction of a better outcome. Finally, marry hope to ritual, and by that I mean anchor it to a repetitive and soulful act. Light a candle each morning, whisper one line of intention when you are feeling lost, or breathe deeply 10 times. Ever so often, place a hand over your heart and proclaim with depth, "Today, I keep a door unlocked to infinite possibilities for my good." That is a vow, not a vibe, and it anchors your hope in your deeper memory so your subconscious scan gives it a higher charge, and thus a higher probability of manifestation. So why does hope matter on the spiritual path? For a seeker aged 17 or 70, hope is not optional, it is basic and elemental. Without it, the spiritual path collapses into despair or dogma. But in its company, the path becomes livable, even luminous in major ways. Hopelessness is read by the body as a threat and locks you into fight, flight, or freeze mode, but embodied hope shakes off these threats and shifts your physiology towards safety by regulating your nervous system, expanding your ability to notice resources, and allowing you to calmly ask for help and take the next step. Hope frees your creativity, as spiritual growth really does require imagination. It does this by whispering, "Try again. Try differently, rethink your strategy, and ask for help." Where shame says this always fails, hope says not always, just watch. Hope anchors meaning, as pain without meaning easily becomes despair. With hope, you metabolize pain into purpose, not by romanticizing suffering, but by facing it with a clear mind, extracting wisdom from it, and stimulating an exit strategy. Hope keeps you honest. With hope you can face the real problem because you trust that seeing it won't destroy you. Without hope you bypass, avoid, or pretend. And by this, hope makes harsh truths bearable, a condition that makes transformation possible. In the light of all this knowledge, we see that concerning our growth, either spiritually or otherwise, hope versus despair is the quiet battle we fight daily, one that we must win. We tend to romanticize hope into glitter and slogans and turn it into wishful thinking, empty recitals, and those vain repetitions that don't go beyond the lips. But real hope, it's humbler and so much stronger. It sees the storm and refuses to call it sunshine, but instead seeks that small opportunity to turn the energy of the storm into an advantage while it passes over the city. For the spiritual seeker who's hungry for authenticity, tired of bypassing, and just longing for grounded transformation, here's the truth. Hope is facing reality with the confidence of a divinely powered soul once you decide to partner with it in a conscious and responsible way. And in that decision lies the revolutionizing practice that makes life livable, makes storms survivable, and makes the path of the seeker radiant with possibility. In that privileged and sacred state, you are given a front-row seat in the theater of life, where you watch, firsthand, God working wonders in 1,000,001 mysterious ways. Like and subscribe if you found value in this presentation, and keep on being the earthly ripple of divine love as you remain blessed and renewed on all levels.